Welcome to Live Interactive English. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Matt.
And today we are going to have a discussion about dressing for the cold.
Now, I have trouble deciding what to, bring to dress for the cold when I go on trips. So, I'm going on a trip next week, and I thought it was going to be warm there, and then I just found out that the night temperature drops down to 5 degrees. And now I don't know how to pack for this trip because I thought I was just bringing summer clothes, but now I need to pack, jackets and warm clothes, maybe layers so that I can put on different layers for different temperatures. But I'm confused now and I'm terrible at packing. It always takes me way too long.
Yeah, well, I'm terrible at packing too because I tend to overpack. And when I get to the place, there's a bunch of different wardrobes that I end up not wearing.
So you have a whole bunch of different styles and clothes that you don't even end up using.
Yeah, because I end up thinking, for example, if we go to somewhere cold, I might find a jacket or a hoodie, and then I just end up wearing that hoodie for the rest of my trip.
Okay, well that's easy. So if you just remember that next time, you can pack really light. But
then I still want different outfits for different occasions.
Right, okay. Well, I prefer to just bring carry-on, so I have to pack light. But yeah, if I could bring everything, I also would.
Yeah, well, so as we can see, no matter how we pack, we both still have a big dilemma on how to actually pack.
Right. Okay, so it's difficult to pack for a vacation, but we're gonna look at how two people do that when we come back after this.
Fiona and Mark are packing for a trip to the Alps.
I'm struggling to decide what to pack. I know it'll be freezing.
Take your warmest coat and thickest sweaters. It's better to be warm than fashionable.
Got it. I'll bring my winter boots too.
Good idea. They'll keep your feet warm and dry in the snow. Also, don't forget your hat and gloves.
Good point. What about scarves?
Yes, a couple of scarves will be great. And take thermal underwear just in case.
Great. I'll make sure that I pack all of those. Thanks for the help.
Anytime. I can't wait for our trip.
Our first dialogue is packing for a vacation. So Fiona and Mark are packing for a trip to the Alps. Okay, so the Alps, it's a mountain range in Switzerland.
It's, on the border of France and Switzerland.
Right.
So you can go to the French Alps or the Swiss Alps, but it's a very popular vacation destination for people that like sort of adventure sports like skiing or, snowshoeing or hiking in the mountains.
So of course, it's going to be a cold trip, a cold vacation. So Fiona and Mark, they are packing for this trip. Okay, so I'm going to be Fiona.
And I will be Mark.
All right, so Fiona says, I'm struggling to decide what to pack. I know it will be freezing. Okay, so she's having a hard time choosing what she wants to bring with her on the trip, even though she knows that it's going to be really, really cold.
So she said, I'm struggling to decide. So struggling means putting a lot of effort into something, but not being able to do it easily. So you're trying very hard to do something, but it's still very difficult is when you are struggling. So she is trying hard to decide, but it's not easy to know what to pack. Another example, Otis struggled to remember where he put his phone.
So he's trying to remember, he's trying to look for his phone, but he's just having a hard time remembering where it is. Now, in the sentence, we also have freezing, and that is an adjective. Of course, we know when something freezes, when ice freezes, when water freezes, it turns into ice. But when we're talking about freezing, we're describing something to be colder than just cold. It's really, really cold. Okay, so an example would be the pool is freezing. I'm not getting in again. So not only is the pool just normal cold, it's colder than usual.
Right, but in this, you might think at first when you hear that it's freezing, you might think that it's just frozen or there's actual ice in it, but it's not. So people will use the word freezing just to mean very cold.
Yeah.
So maybe someone will say, oh, it's freezing in this room, and maybe the other person will be like, it's too hot in here.
So sometimes it could just be like an exaggeration.
That's right, yeah. So continuing with our dialogue, Mark says, take your warmest coat and thickest sweaters. It's better to be warm than fashionable.
That's true, especially when you're going somewhere that's freezing.
That's right. So he wants you to take your warmest coat, so that'd be a big, nice coat, and then thick sweaters. So your thickest sweaters, meaning you don't want just thin sweaters when you're going up to the Alps, going up to a cold place. You want something thick that's going to keep you warm.
So you might look like a marshmallow
walking
around.
You are probably not going to look fashionable. So fashionable means aligning with current popular trends, usually in clothing is usually what we're talking about, or in things that you wear. So you can have fashionable glasses, fashionable jacket. But if you're wearing thick sweaters and a warm jacket or a warm coat, you might not be fashionable.
So probably to be fashionable is when you want people to look at what you're wearing, right?
You want to look good. You want to be, doing what the most popular people are doing. An example sentence, my sister is fashionable and confident.
Okay. So Fiona answers, got it. I'll bring my winter boots too. So she thinks his idea is good. She should bring her thick jacket and her big winter coat. And not only should she bring that, she needs to bring winter boots. There are lots of different types of boots. So winter boots, usually they'll have some sort of fur inside.
Fur or fake fur usually.
Fake fur, different type, or even fleece, like different types of material to make your boots warmer. So she's gonna bring her winter boots.
Okay, and Mark says, good idea. They'll keep your feet warm and dry in the snow. Also, don't forget your hat and gloves. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to be wearing just normal shoes in the snow. Because as I know from, growing up in Canada, when you walk in the snow in regular shoes, you go inside and the snow on them melts and then your feet get really wet. Yeah. So it's good to have a good pair of winter boots that are waterproof and nice and warm.
Yeah, and of course, having a hat can keep your head warm so you don't get a headache and your ears warm. And of course, gloves are important too. So she says, good point. So she agrees with what he's saying. And she asks, what about scarves?
Okay, Mark says, yes, a couple of scarves would be great. And take thermal underwear just in case.
Oh, those are really important. Yeah, nowadays you can have these underwear that you wear under all your clothes, and they kind of produce heat.
They
to
keep your
warm.
heat in,
keep
I think.
Keep your heat in so that under all your layers, you still feel warm. So she says, great, I'll make sure that I pack all of those. Thanks for the help.
And Mark says, anytime. I can't wait for our trip.
Okay, so now Fiona has a better idea of what to pack so that her and Mark can go on this awesome trip to the Alps. Now, let's take a break and find out what happens next.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这次的对话是关于 dressing for the cold。Fiona 跟 Mark 正在为阿尔卑斯山之旅来打包行李。那虽然 Fiona 知道天气会很冷，可是她很苦恼，很难决定要打包什么。 Mark 就建议他带最暖和的外套，还有最厚的毛衣。保暖会比时髦来得好，来得重要多了。Fiona 这时候突然想到要带冬靴，那这可以让双脚在雪地里面保持温暖干爽。而接着 Mark 也提醒他要戴帽子啊、手套、围巾，还要带保暖内衣以防万一。文中用到 just in case 就是指以防万一。再来看到单字 struggle 是动词，表示奋力、努力、挣扎。struggle to 加上原形动词，就是指说做什么有困难、艰难的做某事。再看到 freezing 是形容极冷的、冰天冻地的。fashionable 则是形容流行的、时髦的。介华课文中。
Fiona and Mark are in a store looking at winter coats.
How about this one?
No, I need a proper ski jacket for when I'm on the slopes. Nothing else will do.
Really? Why?
Ski jackets are lightweight, waterproof, warm, and breathable. They also fit well and won't get in the way when I'm skiing. Also, they have lots of secure pockets to keep stuff in.
Oh, cool. That means we won't need to carry a bag around with us.
Exactly.
Hey, I think I saw just the thing you're looking for over there. Follow me.
Lead the way.
Welcome back. So now we are looking at buying a new coat. So Fiona and Mark are in a store looking at winter coats.
That's right, because they are preparing for their trip to the Alps.
That's right. So they were having trouble, or Fiona was having trouble knowing what to pack in the last one, and Mark gave her some advice about the kind of things that she's going to need when they go to the Alps, where it's going to be cold and maybe snowy.
Right. So a coat would be really important. So here, Fiona, she is holding up a coat and she asks Mark, how about this one? So she's asking, what do you think about the coat that I'm holding?
Mark says, no, I need a proper ski jacket for when I'm on the slopes. Nothing else will do. So I guess, you know, this jacket that she has shown him, this thing that she's held up, is not what he's looking for. It's not going to meet his needs because he needs a proper ski jacket, meaning like the right kind, a real ski jacket, not just some sweater or coat that's not made for skiing.
Right. And he mentions the slopes. And usually when we talk about the slopes, it suggests that they're going to go either skiing or snowboarding. Okay, so a slope is basically the side of a mountain and it is not straight, it is going downwards. Okay, so usually you will ski down a slope. And do you have anything to add to that, Matt?
Well, when we say the slopes, we're always referring to like skiing.
Right.
When we use the word the with slopes, the slopes, I'm going to hit the slopes when I'm on the slopes, we always mean ski slopes. Whereas we could say, use the word slope just for any kind of incline or decline. Like you could say the driveway is a slope, so meaning it's going down or you have to go up it.
Right. You can also run up a slope. So an example sentence would be, Colorado has some of the best ski slopes in the world.
So what does Fiona say next?
Fiona, she's surprised that her suggestion has been rejected by Mark. She asks, really? Why?
And Mark is going to tell her why.
Okay.
Ski jackets are lightweight, waterproof, warm, and breathable.
Okay. So there are specific qualities to what makes a good ski jacket.
Yeah, you certainly need them to be waterproof. And that's because when you're skiing, you're going to be falling in the snow sometimes. And when the snow gets on you, it's going to melt because of your body heat and because you're a warm person. So, and especially after you go inside and you still have snow on you, it gets very wet. And sometimes you even ski in the rain. So it needs to not let the water in needs to keep whatever's inside dry or be waterproof. They also fit well and won't get in the way when I'm skiing. Also, they have lots of secure pockets to keep stuff in.
Okay, so the way a ski jacket is designed is also to make the person that wears it fits well so that when they're skiing, it doesn't get in their way. So it has a special design as well. And not only is it designed well to fit well, it's also important to have secure pockets. And usually when we're looking for a good ski jacket, we want to have lots of nice pockets because you're not going to bring a backpack up the slopes, right? So you want to put things in a secure pocket so that it doesn't fall out while you are skiing. So Fiona replies, oh, cool. That means we won't need to carry a bag around with us.
And Mark says, exactly. So she's exactly right.
So she says, hey, I think I saw just the thing you're looking for over there. Follow me.
Mark says, lead the way, meaning he's going to follow her to check out this new jacket that maybe he's going to want to buy for their trip to the Alps.
Yep. Well, I hope that Mark and Fiona both find the perfect ski jacket for them, but that's all for us for now.
See you next time.
在第二段对话里 ，Fiona 和 Mark 正在店里面看冬季外套。Mark 想要找一件可以在滑雪时穿的滑雪外套。他提到其他的外套都不行，因为滑雪外套轻便、防水、保暖又透气，它们也很合身，不会妨碍滑雪，而且还有很多安全口袋可以放东西。这样一来就不需要在滑雪的时候随身携带包包了，非常方便。我们来看单字 slope。slope 表示山坡、斜坡，或者是指山上的滑雪地。那文中有用到几个形容词来描述滑雪外套，我们学一下。Lightweight 就是形容轻便的、轻量的。Waterproof 是形容防水的，它的这个字尾 proof 就是表达防什么的、耐什么的。再看到 breathable， 它是形容透气的，那就是由动词 breathe 透气、呼吸，去掉后面的 e， 再加形容词字尾 able 所组成。那这边一个重点，我们要进入文法时间。这边要介绍的是 in the way 或者是 in somebody's way, in something's way， 字面意思是挡住路。那也可以用来指力图阻挠某事发生，试图阻止某人做某事。那这些用法常常会搭配 be 动词，或是搭配 get 或 stand。举例来说 ，Try not to let emotions get in the way when making important decisions。在做出重要决定时，尽量别让情绪妨碍你。另一个例句是 Victor is determined to succeed. He won't let anything stand in his way. Victor 下定决心要成功，他不会让任何事情阻挠他的。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Fiona and Mark are packing for a trip to the Alps.
I'm struggling to decide what to pack. I know it'll be freezing.
Take your warmest coat and thickest sweaters. It's better to be warm than fashionable.
Got it. I'll bring my winter boots too.
Good idea. They'll keep your feet warm and dry in the snow. Also, don't forget your hat and gloves.
Good point. What about scarves?
Yes, a couple of scarves will be great. And take thermal underwear just in case.
Great. I'll make sure that I pack all of those. Thanks for the help.
Anytime. I can't wait for our trip.
Fiona and Mark are in a store looking at winter coats.
How about this one?
No, I need a proper ski jacket for when I'm on the slopes. Nothing else will do.
Really? Why?
Ski jackets are lightweight, waterproof, warm, and breathable. They also fit well and won't get in the way when I'm skiing. Also, they have lots of secure pockets to keep stuff in.
Oh, cool. That means we won't need to carry a bag around with us.
Exactly.
Hey, I think I saw just the thing you're looking for over there. Follow me.
Lead the way.
Did you hear the news? It looks like there won't be any bonuses this year.
Yeah, I heard. It's tough. But we know the score. Money's tight and the company needs to prioritize other expenses.
Know the score? What score?
No, Matt. I mean, we know the reality of the situation.
Oh, well, sure we do. But it's still quite disappointing. I was really counting on that bonus to cover some extra expenses this month.
Yeah, I get it. But hey, at least now we know the situation and it's better to adjust our expectations earlier on.
Guess so. Hello everyone! Today we're exploring the phrase know the score.
That's right. Know the score means to have a clear understanding of a situation, especially one that is unfavorable or unpleasant.
Right. It's like being informed and not naive about the realities you're facing.
For example, you could say, we know the score. The project deadline is tight, so we need to work extra hours.
Or, he knows the score about the company's future. That's why he's looking for a new job.
It can also apply to personal situations, like he knows the score about their relationship. It's been rocky for a while.
So, using this phrase lets people know that you have a clear grasp of a situation and have accepted the reality.
Exactly. Knowing the score helps you make informed decisions and prepare for what's coming.
I agree. And that's all for today.
See you next time. Bye.